I think with a high degree of certainty, we have him in custody, right? In custody. Everyone did a great job. We worked with the local police, the governor. Everybody did a great job.
We just found out that Charlie Kirk got shot.
It's fucking awful.
And is he dead?
No, I don't think so.
That's what was just...
One of the guys out there just said it was confirmed that he's dead.
In the lobby was just...
I've been looking. I haven't seen anything that said confirmed.
Whoa. It's so scary. It's so dangerous too to celebrate or to in any way encourage this kind of behavior from human beings. He's not a violent guy who's talking to people on college campuses. Wasn't even particularly rude. Who's tried to be pretty reasonable with people.
We got to recognize, can't just speak about it. Can't just give lip service to when such a vile act takes place. And we're going to give lip service to the tragedy of the moment. And then within 24 hours, we move on with our lives like nothing happened. Something did happen. I don't care what his political beliefs were. I don't care what he felt. I care about the fact that a man was gunned down in front of two of his children who are 5 years of age or less. That he's dead at the age of 31. That his wife is a widow, that his children are fatherless because his ideas and his beliefs differed from somebody else, apparently. And then I'm going online and I'm seeing people celebrating it. Shame. Shame on you.
I don't want to go too far. I'd like to tell you some stories at how it happened, but essentially somebody that was very close to him turned him in. And that happens when you had some of those good shots. Somebody is going to say, whether it's a parent or whatever, I'd rather not say right now. They're going to announce it today, sometime later, probably talk about that. But somebody close to him turned him, they said, whoa. It's interesting where we had very good pictures, but not great, not perfect. And when you look at it, what happened is somebody, and this happens a lot. It happened with the crazy Boston bomber. It happened with others. Somebody that's close recognizes even a little tilt of the head, which nobody else would do. And somebody that was very close to him said, that's him. And essentially went to the father, went to a U.S. Marshal, who was fantastic, by the way. And the person was involved with law enforcement, but was a person of faith, a minister. And brought him to a U.S. Marshal, who was fantastic. And the father convinced the son, this is it.
What? He died? Oh, he died, Chad. Charlie Kirk died. It's sad. For having an opinion about things like oh, Chad. I didn't think that I was gonna get sad seeing all these people, but it is. It's kind of sad, but maybe it's also me seeing a video of Charlie Kirk getting shot in the neck today. I don't never like to see that type of stuff. You know, I don't know who likes to see that type of stuff. I guess somebody likes to see it. I don't like to see people like in pain and suffering and stuff like that. But she seems like she's in good spirits though. She seems like she's happy. She's smiling and laughing. It is depressing.
Oh, what? Who?
What is that out? Wait, what happened?
Charlie Kirk. Wait a minute, is this true?
Harvey and Charles, I found.
No.
What happened?
There he is, right there.
Wait a minute,
What
is that him
happened?
speaking?
And he just got shot.
Charlie Kirk?
Watch this. I mean, does this look like he gets shot?
Yes, it does.
I'm on Twitter, and somebody says, hey, did you hear that Charlie Kirk got shot? And my gut reaction was like, no, I fucking didn't, but I'm excited. Like, I felt this little dopamine spike in me where I'm like, dude, I want to see the video. And then I seen the video real bad, but I still kind of excited from it. Like, oh, shit, you know? Like, I could feel like my muscles tensing.
I keep thinking of his wife and kids. That's what gets me. Because I know he wasn't in any pain. And I also know that Charlie Kirk was a extremely brave Christian, and he inspired me to make this post. He was the opposite of a coward. He said everything he believed and made it be known to people because he loved our country, America, that's going to shit every single day.
Charlie Kirk once said there's no such thing as Palestinians. Well, right now there's no such thing as Charlie Kirk anymore. Free Palestine. I've seen so many Palestinians being unalived every single day. And right now the world is going crazy over a white supremacist who's been assassinated for, I mean, what do you expect? But it's Free Palestine.
Somebody's shooting over here. Hell of people running. There he is, right there. That guy. He's the guy.
Dr. Phil, back with you, sadly with an update. Charlie Kirk has been pronounced dead after being shot at an event at Utah Valley University. I reported earlier that he had been struck by one shot at this event while he was taking questions from students, apparently shot in the neck and taken immediately to a hospital.
The MMA community is in shock following the tragic news that conservative activist Charlie Kirk was fatally shot during a speaking event at Utah Valley University. The 31-year-old lost his life in a targeted attack while engaging with students, leaving fans, colleagues, and public figures devastated. Fighters, trainers, and personalities across the MMA world have shared their grief and outrage, reflecting on Kirk's impact and the senselessness of the violence that ended his life.
Report just came 5 minutes ago. Charlie Kirk was shot and he's dead. Yes. When I'm coming on the stage, I was coming on the stage to start a prayer for him because it wasn't announced. Vinny comes up and tells me, Charlie's dead. Kelly comes and signals to me, Charlie's dead. We've had Charlie on the podcast. I think Charlie's a very important guy in America for our youth.
Rampage Jackson reacted to this incident and was stunned to hear about Charlie Kirk's death following the Utah Valley University shooting. He said it was tragic that Kirk lost his life simply for expressing an opinion, calling it a sad reflection of the world we live in where people are killed over their views.
What? He died? Oh, he died, Chad. Charlie Kirk died. It's sad. For having an opinion about things. The guy went to colleges and was having opinions. Sick world we live in. They gotta kill them. That's the true animal.
Sean Strickland shared his thoughts on the fatal shooting of Charlie Kirk by admitting his first instinct was excitement at the news, even feeling a rush of curiosity to see the video. He then reflected on how disturbing that reaction was, questioning how society has become so desensitized and disconnected from human life. Strickland blamed government influence for glorifying guns, war, and violence, saying it has contributed to America losing its values and morality.
I'm on Twitter, and somebody says, hey, did you hear that Charlie Kirk got shot? And my gut reaction was like, no, I fucking didn't, but I'm excited. Like, I felt this little dopamine spike in me where I'm like, dude, I want to see the video. And then I seen the video real bad, but I still kind of excited from it. Like, oh, shit, you know? Like, I could feel like my muscles tensing. All right, guys, I'm going to ramble on for a sec. Bear with me. But I'm on Twitter, and somebody says, hey, did you hear that Charlie Kirk got shot? And my gut reaction was like, no, I fucking didn't, but I'm excited. Like, I felt this little dopamine spike in me where I'm like, dude, I want to see the video. And then I seen the video real bad, but I still kind of excited from it. Like, oh, shit, you know? Like, I could feel like my muscles tensing. And then I start thinking, man, well, what's going to come from this? Was the shooter black? Was it a liberal? Am I going to get more fun? Am I going to get more violence? Let's burn this motherfucker down. I need some excitement. And then you start thinking, man, like, how the fuck did I become such a sociopath? Like, how am I so disattached from human beings? When people walk down the street, I don't even see people. I just see potential threats and problems. And then I think about, like, this is the last news cycle. We watched a girl get stabbed, murdered on a subway. We're we're watching little kids get pulled out of buildings because maybe somebody launched a rocket off of it. I don't know why. But we are so desensitized and we're such sociopaths. It's kind of sad.
Bryce Mitchell also reacted to Charlie Kirk's death with deep sorrow, saying he couldn't sleep over the news. He praised Kirk as a brave Christian and emphasized standing by the truth as Kirk did, insisting that failing to speak up would dishonor those who died for their beliefs.
I'm so upset about Charlie Kirk's passing. I can't really go to sleep right now. I keep thinking of his wife and kids. That's what gets me, because I know he wasn't in any pain. And I also know that Charlie Kirk was a extremely brave Christian, and he inspired me to make this post. He was the opposite of a coward. He said everything he believed and made it be known to people because he loved our country America, that's going to every single day. And let me tell you something about 9/11. Ain't no Muslims did 9/11. 9/11 was done by Israel, the same people that raped those kids on Epstein's Island. All of y'all can go to hell. Israel hates Jesus Christ. They hate Jesus Christ. The nation of Israel hates Jesus Christ. They fit the description of Revelation 2:9 and 3:9, the synagogue of Satan. The nation state of Israel is the synagogue of Satan. You corrupted evil bastards. You did 9/11. You blamed it on the Muslims. Guess what? I love Muslims. You're never going to fool me. Muslims love Jesus Christ. The only people that hate Jesus are the synagogue of Satan, is Israel. And if I didn't say that, I'd be a coward. And people like Charlie Kirk would die for nothing. And no, I don't agree with everything Charlie said, but I love Charlie because he loves Jesus and he said what he wanted to say. He believed in freedom of speech and he died for it. And I'll do the same thing. I'm so sick of this nation. I'm so sick of these lies and these pedophile politicians. Every single one of y'all can rot in hell because you're all a bunch of pedophiles. You're all blackmailed by Israel. Go to hell. This country's gonna burn if we don't stand up and take it back.
Jake Paul reacted to the shooting of Charlie Kirk by saying it happened simply because Kirk was speaking the truth. He called the situation a reflection of how sick the times have become and stressed that society needs God more than ever. Paul added that he was praying for Charlie's family while also hoping those responsible could find healing from their evil. Jake Paul said, Charlie Kirk got shot for telling the truth. That is literally it. What a mentally sick time we are living through. We need God more than ever. Praying for Charlie's family and praying for these evil people to heal. Aljamain Sterling reacted to the death of Charlie Kirk by stressing that differences in opinion should never lead to violence. He said disagreements should be handled through debate or simply accepting opposing views, not through killing. Sterling called it dark and inhumane to take a life over personal beliefs and reminded that diversity is what makes people unique, yet still part of one community. Aljamain Sterling said R.I.P. to Charlie Kirk. Just because you don't agree with someone's opinions doesn't mean you just start killing people. Debate, dispute, agree to disagree. You gotta be a dark human being to want to kill PPL over different likes, preferences, opinions. That's what makes us special. We are all different, but one people. Colby Covington was also in disbelief after hearing that news and called Charlie Kirk one of the brightest minds of his generation, describing him as a patriot, a leader, and a kind soul, while emphasizing his role as a husband and father. He urged prayers for Kirk's family and for America. Andrew Tate warned that Charlie Kirk's shooting was not an isolated incident, suggesting that others could be targeted next. It's not only Charlie, there's a list. They're coming for the rest of us. Tim Welch reacted to Charlie Kirk's murder with extreme anger, demanding that those responsible be caught and punished brutally. Catch them and skin them alive. Dylan Dennis also reacted to this tragic incident and described Charlie Kirk as a fearless man who spoke hard truths. He noted that Kirk passed away doing what he loved most, debating and educating people. Dennis called it a devastating loss and sent prayers to Kirk's family and loved ones. Dylan Dennis said, Charlie Kirk was a fearless man who spoke the unsettling truth. He passed doing what he loved most, debating and educating others. A devastating loss. Prayers to him and his his loved ones. Ryan Garcia expressed deep sorrow over Charlie Kirk being shot, calling it sickening. He offered prayers for Kirk's family and shared that he was moved to tears by the news. Charlie Kirk, a fellow Christian, was shot and possibly murdered. Makes me sick. Prayers for his family. I'm crying, bro. Ryan Garcia further claimed that Charlie Kirk's shooting was planned and set up. He insisted it was far too accurate to be random and made it clear he did not believe it happened by chance. They planned this and set this up. I don't give a fuck way to accurate. This is not random. Renato Moicano also offered prayers to Charlie Kirk and blasted the attack, calling leftism a cancer and blaming liberals for the problem. Prayers to Charlie Kirk. TF is going on. Leftism is a cancer. All the guy was doing was debating. If you're a liberal, you're the fucking problem. Renato Moicano further condemned radical left political violence, saying it had harmed too many innocent people, not only in America but worldwide. He stressed the need for people to fight back, protect themselves, and follow natural law. Radical left political violence has hurt too many innocents. But not only on America, all the radical left has ties with gangs and narco-terrorism. It's time for the violence to stop. That's why you're not allowed to have a gun in Brazil. Private property is a joke in Brazil. I believe in natural law. It's time for the people fight back against government and bad actors. Protect yourself at all costs. Meanwhile, Bo Nickel referenced Ephesians 6:12-13, calling the tragedy a battle against demonic forces. He urged people to put on the full armor of God. Tristan Tate reacted to Charlie Kirk being hospitalized after the shooting, strongly condemning anyone who justified the attack. He emphasized that Kirk, as an American, had the right to freedom of speech regardless of his opinions or political views, and stressed that no one should be shot for their beliefs in a civilized world. He hoped Charlie would survive, but the damage was way too much for anyone to survive. Similarly, Dominic Reyes mourned Charlie Kirk's death, calling it cowardly to murder someone simply over disagreements, and offered prayers for his soul and family. Pray for Charlie's soul and his family. To murder someone you don't agree with is pure cowardice. Paulo Costa shared a photo of Charlie Kirk with his children, paying tribute to his memory and calling for those responsible to be punished. Meanwhile, Patrick Bet-David became emotional live on stage upon learning that Charlie Kirk had been shot and killed. He explained that he had planned to start a prayer for Kirk, highlighting his importance to America's youth and reflecting on their past meeting on his podcast.
Report just came 5 minutes ago. Charlie Kirk was shot and he's dead. Yes. When I'm coming on the stage, I was coming on the stage to start a prayer for him because it wasn't announced. Vinny comes up and tells me, Charlie's dead. Kelly comes and signals to me, Charlie's dead. We've had Charlie on the podcast. I think Charlie's a very important guy in America for our youth.
Dr. Phil also reacted with disbelief to the news of Charlie Kirk's death at 31, saying it was hard to even speak the words. He explained that Kirk was reportedly doing what he always did, engaging with people, taking questions, and sharing his views, despite pushback from those who didn't want him there. Citing former Representative Jason Chaffetz, who was present with his family doctor. Phil said Kirk had just begun answering a question about transgender shooters when a single gunshot ended his life.
Charlie Kirk, 31 years of age, has been pronounced dead. I can barely believe I'm saying these words. If you're wondering how this happened, Charlie was reportedly doing what he does. Letting people speak, letting people ask questions at this event where many were trying to keep him from coming and sharing. A report from former Representative Jason Chaffetz, a Utah Republican who was on site with his family, reports that Charlie was answering a question. Second question. First question was something about religion. Second question, he said he was answering a question about transgender shooters when the single shot rang out.
Dr. Phil says he is absolutely heartbroken over the death of Charlie Kirk, calling it a tragic loss. He expresses sympathy for Kirk's wife Erica and their 2 young children, imagining the pain they are going through. Describing Kirk as a conservative activist who is simply doing what he always does, Doctor, Phil offers prayers for him and his family.
I'm absolutely heartbroken. This is tragic. I can just imagine what his wife Erica and his 2 young children are dealing with. Charlie Kirk, conservative activist, doing what he did, has been shot and killed at a rally at Utah Valley University. God bless you, Charlie. God bless your family.
On the other hand, the surprising thing is that a lot of people were seen celebrating Charles's death as they opposed his political views.
Charlie Kirk got shot and killed. How do you feel?
Happy. Goodbye.
Wow. Did you see that Charlie Kirk just got shot and killed?
That's good.
Wow, that's good. That's good that people are getting shot just off a political view. Good that people are dying in America.
Did you see that Charlie Kirk got shot and killed today?
Yes, I did.
How do you feel about that?
I don't really have any feelings about it. Who are you?
Charlie Kirk got shot and killed today. We're just getting people's opinions. How do you feel about that?
Girl, someone had to do it. And that's how I feel at this point in time. But
You know, I appreciate your honesty. I truly do. So you said someone had to do it.
yes. Try not to get all pulled up into that, but he was a misogynist. He was a disgusting person with disgusting beliefs.
So if you had a magical wand, a magical button that you could press and keep him from being assassinated, would you press that?
No. I think things happen for a purpose. And if that's how his life was ended, then that's how it was ended. So.
Do you know who Charlie Kirk is?
Yeah, he's a I'm like, yeah, he's an you know? I wouldn't wish it to anyone, but I don't think his political views are correct, you know?
However, Utah Governor Cox urged Americans to stop hating one another and condemned those who celebrated Charlie Kirk's death. He stressed that, regardless of politics, the focus should be on reflecting as a nation and striving for better values and unity.
If anyone in the sound of my voice celebrated even a little bit at the news of this shooting, I would beg you to look in the mirror and to see if you can find a better angel in there somewhere. I don't care what his politics are. I care that he was an American. We desperately need our country. We desperately need leaders in our country. But more than the leaders, we just need every single person in this country to think about where we are and where we want to be.
Famous broadcaster Mehdi Hassan recalled that Charlie Kirk had insulted him and even called for his deportation, but emphasized that nothing justifies killing him or taking away his children's father. He stressed that regardless of the shooter's identity or motive, murder can never be an acceptable response to political disagreements. Charlie Kirk called me a lunatic and a prostitute and demanded I be deported. Nothing justifies killing him or robbing his kids of their dad. We don't know the identity or motive of the shooter, but murder can never be the response to political disagreements. Famous online streamer SNEAKO criticized those celebrating Charlie Kirk's death, condemning the idea of refusing prayers over political disagreements. He emphasized that Kirk was a father and warned that his passing would push the country toward greater chaos, calling it a stain on America's legacy.
So many pro-Palestine people saying that I shouldn't pray for him because you disagreed with them. What's wrong with you? You think God wants you to celebrate his death? You think God doesn't want you to pray for his soul? Do you want me to jump up and down in joy because I disagreed with him and then he was shot in front of a crowd? I've seen it in the Love Speech community, in a community called Love Speech, and I was hiding some of the posts myself. People saying you're smoking on his pack, celebrating his death. This is a father. You understand that even if you are happy about it, the country is going to go on a more chaotic route because of his death. This is a stain on the legacy of this country. This is bad news for everybody. The world is not going to be better off because Charlie Kirk was assassinated. To see people, we're not the same. It's an evil mentality and you're not going to convince me otherwise. Anybody saying that I completely disavow, and I don't want you to be a part of anything I do.
Aiden Ross also reacted with shock as Charleston White informed him about the assassination of Charlie Kirk, explaining that Kirk had been targeted and forced off a college campus earlier that day. Aiden was also shocked that some people are actually happy at the murder of a man who has a family.
The news on Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, hey, Unc, we just got done talking about that. That was horrible.
Yeah, that's fucked up, man.
I just can't believe that people are celebrating, you know, that shit. Crazy.
Yeah. If somebody killed me, they're gonna celebrate that too, so I don't trip. It's some evil people in the world, huh?
Yeah, I know, bro. At the end of the day, he's got a family, bro, you know?
Yeah, and he's never harmed nobody. He's just been, he's made to hurt some people's feelings with his opinions and ideologies. But he's never tried to hurt anybody.
Ewan, what were you getting pressed on? It seems like it was a setup.
Myron Gaines reacted angrily to those celebrating Charlie Kirk's death, declaring that people will remember Kirk's name, while condemning the celebrators as scumbags who won't be remembered.
Yo, mods, anybody that's in the chat trolling, saying stupid shit, like this idiot Kamel Noff says bye-bye Charlie, fuck you. You're getting banned forever. Shadow Realm for you, you fucking scumbag. Mods, kick anybody, literally, I don't give a fuck. Anybody that says something disrespectful about Charlie, ban them immediately. Ban them immediately. Some of you fucking idiots are in here saying stupid shit like, oh, one less Zio. Fuck you, bro. Fuck you. This man had children. This man had a fucking wife. This guy had a family. Like him or not, this guy was fucking revolutionary when it came to bringing conservatism to young people. Okay? This guy has gotten millions of young people out to the fucking polls to vote. This man has literally made politics cool again for young people. Before Charlie Kirk hit the scene, no one gave a fuck about politics that was under 35. He's gonna go down as one of the best right-wing political commentators ever. He revolutionized the right.
Sneeko expressed concern to Myron about continuing debates on college campuses, warning him to be careful. He feared that, like Charlie Kirk, Myron could be targeted and that some might even celebrate if anything happened to him.
And so I really want you to be careful because you do a similar show to the one Charlie Kirk did. You know, it's probably based a little bit around that. The same people that want Charlie Kirk dead that are celebrating his death would celebrate if we died. So
yeah.
This is something
it's actually very disturbing.
It is. It's just like, look how many people we live amongst that would celebrate and want us dead for having a difference in political opinion.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely nuts that, like, if anything ever happened to either of us, they'd celebrate and rejoice, right? Like, I'll give you an example. If Dean Withers, right, died tomorrow, if Ethan Klein died tomorrow, I wouldn't be celebrating, bro. I would, despite the fact that I dislike Ethan Klein a bunch. He's a fucking scumbag. He's a fucking retard, right? Dude is literally the biggest piece of shit on YouTube, in my opinion. I would still offer condolences. I would still feel sorry. I wouldn't make a video talking shit about him and rejoicing on his death. But it's incredible to me how, like, you know, if the roles were reversed, he'd probably laugh if I died. I'll be honest with y'all. If something happened to me, he'd probably laugh about it.
I think he would
now,
too.
yeah, and now people say, oh, well, Myron, why would you exercise compassion for someone that wouldn't do it for you? Because I'm not them. I'm not a faggot. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't rejoice when people die when I have disagreements with them. Right? I'm not going to stoop to their level.
Popular steamer Los Palos expressed disgust over Charlie Kirk's assassination, particularly at people celebrating his death online. He said witnessing the footage and the reactions on social media was sickening and unsettling, emphasizing that no one deserves to be assassinated and warning that such violence sets a dangerous, slippery slope.
I've just been disgusted by the internet today. It's sickening to look at, to be honest. Especially seeing how many likes the things are getting. I mean, you got people straight up mocking, making memes and jokes. People on TikTok celebrating, playing trumpets, dancing around the room at a person dying. I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to give that attention because it's just weird and I don't even want to get into it. Again, it's disgusting what I witnessed. I wish I never saw that video. You know, nobody deserves to get assassinated like that, and I hope that nothing happens because of this. But like, dude, like this is a fucking slippery slope, bro. Like you start killing people, then other people are getting killed. Bro, this is not gonna end well, bro.
Top streamer Kai Cenat was completely shocked after learning about Charlie Kirk's tragic death, reacting with disbelief at the news of his assassination.
That's the guy with like the crazy ass takes, right? Or some shit. He be saying some crazy. He be saying some crazy shit. Holy shit! What the fuck? Don't watch, okay, bet. He got assassinated.
Myron and Sneeko criticized Kai Cenat's reaction to Charlie Kirk's assassination, labeling it a 50 IQ take during Sneeko's stream.
So,
yeah. I mean, you saw Kai Cenat's response immediately. He found out. It was like, yo, he had crazy takes.
50 IQ. 50 IQ response, bro.
I don't think Kai knows. I think Kai's a good guy, but like he didn't even know his takes. He just knows that he's crazy. He knows the opinion on TikTok is negative, and that was his immediate reaction. It shows the average person.
Bro, they never know, bro. These dudes, bro, they never know, bro. They never know.
On the other hand, Donald Trump addressed the nation, expressing grief and anger over the assassination of Charlie Kirk at a Utah college. He described Kirk as a patriot devoted to open debate, liberty, democracy, and the American people, calling him a martyr for truth and freedom admired by youth. Trump highlighted Kirk's deep faith and offered prayers for his wife, kids, and his entire family.
To my great fellow Americans, I am filled with grief and anger at the heinous assassination of Charlie Kirk on a college campus in Utah. Charlie inspired millions, and tonight, all who knew him and loved him are united in shock and horror. Charlie was a patriot who devoted his life to the cause of open debate and the country that he loved so much, the United States of America. He fought for liberty, democracy, justice, and the American people. He's a martyr for truth and freedom, and there's never been anyone who was so respected by youth. Charlie was also a man of deep, deep faith, and we take comfort in the knowledge that he is now at peace with God in heaven. Our prayers are with his wife, Erica, the two young, beloved children, and his entire family, who he loved more than anything in the world.
Donald Trump called the shooting of Charlie Kirk a dark moment for America, highlighting Kirk's dedication to engaging young people in politics through debate and spreading his love of country. He praised Kirk's courage, logic, humor, and grace in championing his ideas. Trump warned that the demonization of those with differing opinions, particularly by the radical left, fuels violence and terrorism, and stressed that this dangerous rhetoric must end immediately.
This is a dark moment for America. Charlie Kirk traveled the nation, joyfully engaging with everyone interested in good faith debate. His mission was to bring young people into the political process, which he did better than anybody ever, to share his love of country and to spread the simple words of common sense. On campuses nationwide, he championed his ideas with courage, logic, humor, and grace. It's a long past time for all Americans and the media to confront the fact that violence and murder are the tragic consequence of demonizing those with whom you disagree day after day, year after year, in the most hateful and despicable way possible. For years, those on the radical left have compared wonderful Americans like Charlie to Nazis and the world's worst mass murderers and criminals. This kind of rhetoric is directly responsible for the terrorism that we're seeing in our country today, and it must stop right now.
Donald Trump condemned radical left violence and urged Americans to uphold the values Charlie Kirk lived for: free speech, citizenship, and faith. He called Kirk a symbol of America's best and said his voice and legacy will endure despite the attack, offering blessings for his memory and family.
Political violence has hurt too many innocent people and taken too many lives. Tonight, I ask all Americans to commit themselves to the American values for which Charlie Kirk lived and died: the values of free speech, citizenship, the rule of law, and the patriotic devotion and love of God. Charlie was the best of America, and the monster who attacked him was attacking our whole country. An assassin tried to silence him with a bullet, but he failed because together we will ensure that his voice, his message, and his legacy will live on for countless generations to come. Today, because of this heinous act, Charlie's voice has become bigger and grander than ever before, and it's not even close. May God bless his memory. May God watch over his family.
Michael Franzese also reflected on the tragic death of Charlie Kirk, describing him as a sharp, inspiring young man who had a positive impact on youth across the country. Franzese emphasized Kirk's dedication to teaching values and guiding future leaders, calling his loss devastating. He also criticized the hateful and violent rhetoric in society that can drive such destructive actions and extended his condolences to Kirk's family, praising the lasting impact of his work.
My friends, I'm sure most of you have heard by now of this very tragic and sad murder of Charlie Kirk, that 31-year-old young man who, very special person, a person I had the pleasure and opportunity of meeting about a year ago here in Orange County. Delight to be around, very, very, very sharp, and was having such a positive impact on the youth in this country, you know, on college campuses and universities throughout the country. Young people were clinging to him because of his common sense values and the morals that he just brought to these young people, something so vital in our country. We need to teach our young people right from wrong. We need to instill the right values in them. They're the future leaders of this country. And to his life to be taken at this stage is just, it's tragic. I mean, I don't know what else to say. And, you know, I've said this time and time again, and I'll say it again, especially, unfortunately, I have to say it again. This is due to this horrible rhetoric, this harmful, sad, violent, hateful rhetoric that's coming out of the leadership in this country.
That wraps up our coverage of the MMA and political community's reactions to Charlie Kirk's tragic death. Share your thoughts and condolences in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates and in-depth coverage.